like that, we're back again. Uncle Bull Cow. Look at this bad boy. It's a nice pod. It's a huge pod. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty? All right, guys. Uncle Bull Cow in the building. So this, and you can believe me or you can not believe me. But a few of you, a couple people may have got to try one of these last year. So basically, I bought some KSLS seeds, isolated seeds. I have an isolated KSLS plant because I believe that if I definitely want that, then I'm going to use isolated. And I also planted some non-isolated seeds because I got impatient. And this has happened with a couple varieties. I actually put any of the cells, I put seeds that were something I had from a pepper. These were from the pack of seeds. They must have been from 2021. Because this is exactly what happened to my non-isolated KSLS plant last year. Now, here's the thing. Last year, the first pod that ripened on that plant looked like a KSLS, but I bit into it and I ate it. I went into straight panic mode. I'd already been eating pods for a while. But seriously, it was hotter. And it was a little bit less lemony. Had a little more fruity notes, so I knew it crossed, of course. And I was pretty darn sure of that, even though the pheno was KSLS. After that, the plant threw all different phenos. They just looked, some of them looked like a habanero, some looked like a scorpion. Yeah, and then I got this bad boy off of the plant this year. I did already pick a small one and ate it, but I didn't do a video. So mystery pepper. This was out of a KSLS, so it is part KSLS. And who knows what else. It could have crossed with anything. I'm imagining that it crossed with a really hot yellow. And it could have crossed with a yellow fever, yellow scorpion, yellow moruga. Those were all grown next to this. Oh, man. Smells a lot like a yellow scorpion. Like a yellow, more maybe like a yellow moruga. But that's what the inside looks like. It's thin walled, but it's a little bit thicker than a lot of super hots. All right, we're gonna try a solo bite. It's really hot. It's so weird. So I mean, it tastes like a yellow super hot. Maybe I don't know. It's really good. I don't know what it crossed with. It could have crossed with a brain strain for all I know. And it was grown around a whole bunch of other yellow pods in 21. All right, so I'm gonna try it on a hot dog. Big old chunk of it on there. Uncle Bull Cow loves you. Top notch right there. Yeah, so I do get some, I get some accidental crosses from time to time. I think they're cool. I literally, so, is isolation a big deal for me? It is, okay? For when I want to grow peppers, I know that there's certain stuff, especially if you're a sauce maker and you have certain peppers that you're going to need to make your sauces next year. If I just took the seeds out of this pepper, and then I picked another one off the plant, maybe kept the seeds out of that. I only got one or two, like seeds from just one pepper, especially. There's no telling what crossed with that. That seed could come out to be a red variant next year. And if I'm making a sauce with this pepper, next year my whole crop is red pods. Guess what? I can't make that sauce anymore. So, if you want to be 100% sure that you're getting what you want to grow out, always go with isolated seeds. I got, see, this year, the stuff I got growing, I got some of them from JP Pepper Seeds and some from Refining Fire Chilies. And everything I've ever grown out from both of those companies always grows out true. So, so the pepper, citrusy, not really too lemony. So it definitely doesn't have the heavy lemon notes of the KSLS, but it does have some. Ah, it smells so good. Yeah, and I mean, I know the pheno's kind of crazy looking on this. Now, not all of them look like this. This is the only one on the plant that looks like this. Some of the other ones are just kind of a blob, you know, like a hob looking. I don't see any with any tails. Last year I had a couple with tails on them, so I don't see any like that. Anyways, let me get back to it. So we're going to talk about seeds. You know, there's people that, you know, they just get whatever. They save seeds. I save some of my seeds. If I see a really nice pheno, the problem with that is that that thing may have crossed with something. And I may not end up getting that pepper next year. With that being said, I know when I take nice non-isolated seeds and I plant them, I know that there's a chance that that thing crossed with something the year before. And I love it. I literally have, like some plants, I have a version that was isolated. Then I have a version that was non-isolated. If it's good enough that I wanted to buy isolated seeds and grow it, then and the non-isolated comes out like that, cool. If it comes out to something else, really good. But I love accidental yellow crosses. They're my favorite. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you, there's also times where stuff can cross. You end up with something like this, right? And then I save the seeds from this and grow it out, and it's something different next year. It can cross again. You can have something else cross into it. I had, a couple years ago, I had some Orion peppers that I had bought, and I had saved the seeds. And I grew them out. And I only had one plant, but I gave somebody else the other one. And they were the same, they were from the same pepper, those seeds. And the plants were purple. Mine looked a little weird. They were a little bit longer looking kind of than an Orion, but they literally looked just like it and they tasted just like it. The guy that I gave the other plant to, his were kind of long and they went from purple to red, okay? And so I have no clue how that happened. All I know is that Linda from Linda's Fiery Treats, she had bought a box of pods for me, and I told her some cool stuff in there, and I said some stuff that's kind of, you know, I don't know about, but if you want, you know, grow out whatever. And she grew out that pepper this year, and it threw a yellow variant, and it was long. The thing looks like almost like a yellow serrano, and that came from, at one point, that was an Orion. So how did it end up there? I don't know, but I got another. Look at that chunk of pepper on there. It's very hard to believe that that came from a KSLS. I know it did, because I kept the seeds. Now, I didn't know when I went into my non-isolated section of my seed box, I didn't know that what I grabbed was these seeds. This is the same thing I got last year. Because I didn't care. But I actually did have other seeds from last year that I saved from a KSLS last season, not from 21, just in case I needed backups. So I don't know where they are, which ones are which. But there's 2 packs of non-isolated KSLS seeds in that box. May only be one now. I might have used these up or something. Who knows? But nonetheless, this is a very good pepper. It's citrusy. It's hot. It's definitely hotter than a King Star Lemon Starburst. Like I said, it's not too lemony. A little bit. It has some lemon notes to it. It's not floral at all. Looks like a yellow Moruga has a little bit of floral notes to it, and kind of a stronger flavor. So it's definitely got a more smooth flavor. Smells great. It has almost that kind of smell of like a Papadretti, actually. Hands down a great pepper. Is it something that I will probably, that I'll grow out again? I'm not sure. I'm not going to save seeds from it. Maybe, who knows? I have so many yellow varieties that I already love. So this is not groundbreaking, but it could be for some people. Some people might actually try this and go crazy over it and love it. I do. I think it's great. But the phenols are all over the place, and it's been open pollinated, then open pollinated again this year. So it's not something I'll try to, stabilize. It's phenomenal. Really good flavor. And like I said, the guys that are out there selling non-isolated seeds, I'm not knocking you. Do your thing, make your money. Me, for when I want to plant and make sure that that's what it is, I get isolated. Always grows true. With non-isolated seeds, I get accidental crosses every year. Every year that I've grown, I have got something that was not what I thought it was. It's like last year. So in 21, I had 2 plants from Lowe's out back. And once I got good super hots, I didn't care about those anymore. But I just figured last year I was going to grow just 1 Reaper plant, use it for powder. I took seeds out of a Reaper, planted them last spring, and what I ended up with looked like a red habanero. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And I bit into it, and it tasted like a habanero. When I got down the placenta, it tasted a little bit like a Reaper, and it was hot, way hotter than a red hob. So I'm imagining, since there was nothing else out there, that it was the habanero and the Reaper crossed. Is it possible that a bee flew over the house and was in some other plant? It could be. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Who knows at this point? But I'm pretty sure it was a Reaper habanero. And, it wasn't nothing that impressed me. I'm not going to grow it out and stuff like that, man. There's a lot of people already doing that. I'm not a pepper breeder. I've done 2, one unscientific, one scientific cross in my life. One of them, I didn't like it, scrapped it. So I'm not into that. I don't care about the world's hottest pepper. What I care about is flavor and heat. And guys, this packs both. So I just wanted to show you guys this amazing pepper and jump on here, do a review of it for you guys. I only have 1 plant, not a ton of pods, but maybe I'll be able to share a couple of them with a few people. But yeah, definitely would be a great hot sauce pepper. A little bit hotter, I'd say, than a KSLS. Not hot as a super hot. Okay, so I'd probably put it same heat as maybe a yellow Naga, but definitely way, way more flavor than a yellow Naga. Uncle Bull Cow, I'm your favorite uncle. Why?